So today we're looking at running with the 640G. I went out with my friend James, who I met through the Lancaster Eye Pumps group and also online. We'll find out a bit more about him later. And we just went for a little jog around the local area. I hadn't had any food or insulin that morning. I started off at the levels you'll see, and let's see how we do. Hi, so I'm going to go out for a run again today, see if SmartGuard can do its job. Today I'm fortunate I'm going to be going with James from Open Adventure, address at the bottom. He's come along, he said he'd like to come and run with me. I think I'll be following him, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how SmartGuard does. Through the night, look at the numbers through the night, it was okay. Graph looks okay on that one. We're at 8.3 at the moment, which is pretty bob on for where I want to start at. If we look at the 12 hour, we see a little strange rise in the middle of the night. I did tweak my basals the night before, so that could be having the effect. We'll see what happens tonight. Tonight's another quiet night, so we'll see what happens there, see if we need to do another bit of tweaking. Okay, so I'm going to go out shortly. Let's see how we get on. Speak to you later. Right, so we are 40 minutes in. It has suspended a few minutes ago, didn't hear the alarm. See that? We're at 5.5 now, actually suspended at 5.9. Doing its job, we'll see how it goes. I haven't taken any carbs on board yet, see if we need to later on.
So did you take any carbs at all on this morning, Dave?
I took none this morning.
None this morning, so?
No, I was flatlining about 8.3.
And you've been running reasonably hard for 40 minutes.
Reasonably hard, yeah. Not hard for you, I'm sure, James. Hard enough.
And you've not adjusted your pump to
Not at all. I'm letting the pump do everything.
Right, you better sprint up that hill, I think.
Right, there we go.
Go for it, Dave.
Alright.
What's happened?
We went for a run. We did 65 minutes. You obviously saw the video from earlier when we were halfway. The SmartGuard kicked in. It kept me off. Yeah, it's still suspended. We will have a look at the graph. We dropped down. We dropped right down. You see rather than going in a straight line down, we actually flattened out. We got back. I was about full. I was.
I can see that.
Is that in focus?
Yeah, I think it's focus. It's a bit black. Go for it.
Alright. Oh, bad light.
Is that better?
I'll do a picture outside if.
Okay.
I'll do a picture inside if we need. We flattened out at 4.1. Sorry, we got back. I was at about 4.1, which, as James pointed out, was maybe running for an hour without any food on board. So not the best thing anyway. But I was happy with that. I came back. I've had a few biscuits since. Getting some water on board, just like James is doing, and yeah, it worked well. It did okay. It's not going to stop everything. It's not going to enable me to run for hours and hours and hours without eating, but I wouldn't expect that anyway. But it does flatten out that drop.
Great. So just to give viewers a little bit more of an education on Dave's nutrition strategy for running, we had to carry around this big box of biscuits just in case he had a hypo. This whole fallacy about fruit pastels is completely rubbish.
It's just biscuits.
It's just biscuits. Well done, Dave.
Thank you. Right. So James, today you were running with the Freestyle Libre.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you find that worked with you?
I love the Freestyle Libre. It's just, I find it easy to use when I'm running. I can carry on running whilst I'm looking at the device. I don't have to stop and finger prick.
Yeah.
One of the advantages I find is it's doing per minute recording as well, so it's a lot more.
Yep, whereas obviously with the 640G is only 5 minutes.
Exactly, yeah. So although it's the same lag on it, it just gives you a little bit more of an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
So in theory, your end lights could be almost 15 minutes out of date in some ways.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit more, but yeah, I find that kind of gives me the right amount of information. Then I wear a heart rate monitor as well,
right?
And that kind of, I just get a feel from where my effort's
where your body
going
is
and how hard I'm trying to keep up with Dave.
So can we have a look at the display on the
Libre? Yeah.
So there we go. So what you did there, you just did a quick scan of your arm.
Yeah. So 9.6 and rising. That's what comes from eating biscuits, and. Yeah.
So that's the last 8 hours on that graph.
Yeah. So not too pretty, really.
No,
you can see my
enough.
breakfast as well before the run.
To lift you up, and then you've dropped down to. That's good.
Right.
So you like running with the Libre?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great device. I think it's also, for me, one of the big game changers is if you're not fortunate to be on an insulin pump.
Yeah.
I think if you're on multiple daily injections, that really gives you some great information, which before, if you wanted a CGM, you're talking nearly $1,500 to get on one. And this is 150 quid to go. So it's a big difference.
Cool.
So,
all right. Thank you for coming out running with us today. It's been good.
Right, I enjoyed it.
I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So that was my experience of the run. Me and James had a good run. It was about an hour and 5 minutes. I felt myself going low towards the end. Bit of a recap here of what I said before. I dropped down to 4.1. I could feel myself going low, but I was only a few hundred metres from home, so I just kept going. I know that the biscuits were there, which were good. We like biscuits, don't we? Love them. What are you doing, by the way?
I'm reading about Hollywood.
Why Hollywood?
Because I want to go there.
Right. Oh yeah, if we didn't have to pay for the old census, we'd be able to go, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, ace. Anyway, never mind. So, yes, we had a good run. It did its job. As James said, you wouldn't go out without eating before a normal hour-long run. And the same applies there. But what it did show to the extreme is that you can give yourself extra exercise without worrying too much and knowing that the SmartGuard will kick in, which it did on that instance. And it kept me safe to a level where I knew I was going to be okay. That's about it for this week. Anything further to add, Bertha?
No.
No? Next week, bit of a preview. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some video shots of it, some pictures as well. On Monday, I'm going on the Honesta Via Ferrata. Do you know what the Honesta Via Ferrata is?
No clue.
Not a clue.
Just sounds cool.
Sounds very cool. It's where I'll be climbing along the side of a mountain, attached to a wire.
Is that what you showed me?
That's the video I showed you.
That looks scary.
It does look very scary. There's a bit of a YouTube clip out there.
Wish him luck.
Yes, wish me luck. Hopefully I'll be able to post another video.
And he'll be able to survive.
Thank you. So yes, we will see how the old 640G does with that. You're getting ready, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all for this week. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
And cut. I actually did it right this time.
I know.
Because I actually did say I actually did it right on the thing.